Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig Sports. Today is Saturday, January 15th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, I'll be taking a quick look back at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate. It is a 9-game main slate. There is a 10th game that's kind of an island game today as well, and then going over my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight's slate as well. But without further ado, we'll get into yesterday's picks and see how they turned out. So forewarning before I get started, yesterday was one of the weirdest NBA slates that I've seen in quite some time. So the picks were just not quite the best yesterday. There was a lot of random guys that went off and a lot of guys that looked like good plays, star players that just didn't do anything yesterday. So it was a really interesting slate from that regard. So we're going to start off on the DraftKings side with Dennis Schroeder, $5,400, looking for 27 points on him. He got to 5.5. He was a miss. Only played 25 minutes. He was 0 for 6 shooting from the field. I think this is probably the worst game of his entire career. So just unfortunate that we were able to catch that. I would expect him to play better, especially if Marcus Smart were to miss once again today. Then in shooting guard, we had Jordan Poole, $5,000, looking for 25 points on him. He got to 32.25, so he was a hit. Then DeAndre Hunter at small forward, $3,400, looking for 17 points on him. He got to 30, so he was a good hit. And then we get down to P.J. Washington, $4,700, looking for 24 points on him. Got to 6.5. He was a mess. He only ended up playing 19 minutes in this game. Thought he'd be closer, like 26, 28. Just didn't do like a whole heck of a lot of anything in the minutes he did have, and then he was missing those couple extra minutes as well yesterday. And then last but not least, we had Robin Lopez, $4,400, looked for 22 points on him, got to 16.75, so he was a miss. He only ended up playing 20 minutes yesterday. Mo Wagner was really, really hot off the bench, and it just kind of killed Robin Lopez's value overall, but he was one of the highest owned players on the entire slate as well. So 2 out of 5 on the DraftKings side. Like I said, it was a very, very weird day yesterday. Then on the FanDuel side, we had Dennis Schroeder once again, $5,300, looking for 27 points on him. He got to 4.4, so he was a miss. Like I said, played 25 minutes, arguably the worst game of his entire career. Then at shooting guard, we had Jordan Poole, $5,100, looking for 26 points out of him. Got to 28.7, so he was a hit. OG Anunoby, who I did like quite a bit going into the day yesterday, $6,200, looking for 31 points out of him. He got to 17.6. He was a miss. Really just scored the ball yesterday, not a lot of other stats, and then he also had 5 turnovers, so just not a very good day for him overall. Power forward, we had Christian Wood, $7,200, looking for 36 points out of him. He got to 42.6, so he was a good hit yesterday. And then last but not least, Robin Lopez, once again, $4,700, looking for 24 points out of him. He got to 16.6, so he was a miss on the FanDuel side as well. Like I mentioned on the DraftKings side, he only played 20 minutes, and Mo Wagner really played well off the bench yesterday, so really capped Robin Lopez and his upside for yesterday's slate. So 2 out of 5 on both sites yesterday. We're going to kind of wash that one off, especially, NBA DFS you have every single day. So when you get these weird slates, when you get these bad slates, you can kind of just move on and roll over to the next day. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into the injuries and play for tonight's slate. So once again, it is a 9-game slate. They have this weird Raptors-Bucks game that's not on the main slate, even though it's only a half hour before all the other games. They just didn't want to start a half hour earlier today, I guess. But the Toronto Raptors are without Khem Birch, Goran Dragic, and then Gary Trent is questionable once again. He's missed the past couple games, so we'll see if he's back tonight or not. Then for the Milwaukee Bucks, they are without Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday, and Langston Galloway once again. So Drew Holiday's the major one there. Or we'll see if the starting lineup's the same as last time, or if George Hill enters the starting lineup tonight. Then for the Portland Trailblazers, they're without Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum, Larry Nance, Norman Powell, and Cody Zeller. So no major changes from the last time out. They do have Tony Snell listed in the starting lineup instead of Ben McLemore for some reason. I don't quite understand that one since McLemore has been playing rather well anyways, but we'll have to see if that's the case or not tonight. Then for the Washington Wizards, they're without Bradley Beal, and Davis Bertans is questionable to play. So obviously looking pretty similar to what they've been for a little while now. For the New York Knicks, they're without Cam Reddish, Derrick Rose, and Kemba Walker. So obviously Kemba Walker being out once again makes Alex Burks look pretty good. Then Cam Reddish they just traded for, but he's out at this point in time. Then on the opposite side of the game, we have the Atlanta Hawks, who have Clint Capella and Jalen Johnson both questionable to play. And then Kevin Knox listed as a game-time decision against his former team tonight. And then for the Pelicans, Zion Williamson's out, so no changes there at all. Then the Brooklyn Nets are without LaMarcus Aldridge, Joe Harris, and Kyrie Irving, obviously, since it is a home game. And then Nick Claxton is questionable to play. He's been dealing with a hamstring injury. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. Moving down to the 76ers, they're without Ben Simmons and Shake Milton. And then both Danny Green and Matisse Thybulle are questionable to play tonight. For the Miami Heat, they're without Bam Adebayo and Victor Oladipo. Then we have Marcus Garrett, Markieff Morris, and KZ Okpal. All this is game time decisions. We'll see if any of those three are back tonight. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, just Rajon Rondo, questionable once again, dealing with that hamstring injury. We'll just see if he plays or not tonight. I probably lean towards him not playing, but we'll just have to see. Then for the Oklahoma City Thunder, they're without Kendrick Williams once again, and Isaiah Roby listed as a game-time decision. For the Chicago Bulls, they're without Alex Caruso, Tyler Cook, Javonte Green, Derrick Jones Jr., Zach LaVine's the newest one as of last night, and then Patrick Williams. And then we do have Lonzo Ball listed as questionable, so there could be some value opening up on this Bulls team later on throughout the day. For the Boston Celtics, they have Marcus Smart listed as a game-time decision. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. Otherwise, Dennis Schroeder could look like a decent value, but we know he kind of busted us pretty bad yesterday. But, that could be a pivot play where not a lot of people are going back to him once again today. Then moving down to the Clippers, we got Paul George, Luke Kennard, Kawhi Leonard, Jay Preston, and Justice Winslow all out once again, and Hartenstein is questionable to play. If Hartenstein's back, it just kind of messes up that center rotation even more, so those guys really don't look like values either way, but it gets even worse if Hartenstein's back tonight. Then for the San Antonio Spurs, Zach Collins is out once again, and then Derek White and Trey Jones both listed as questionable to play. For Los Angeles Lakers, they're without Anthony Davis and Kendrick Nunn once again. Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard both listed as questionable, and LeBron James is probable as always. For the Denver Nuggets, they're without Kankar and Murray, and then Will Barton's probable to play, and then Bol Bol listed as a game-time decision since he was returned to the Nuggets in that trade that ended up being voided since he did not pass his physical, so don't really expect him in the rotation either way. Then last but not least, we have the Orlando Magic crew without Michael Carter-Williams, Markelle Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, Etuan Moore, and then Wendell Carter Jr. and Mo Bamba both listed as questionable. They both missed a couple games now, so we'll see if they're back tonight or not. Then on the Dallas Mavericks side, Willie Cauley-Stein out once again, and Kristaps Porzingis is doubtful to play tonight. But with that being said, that's a quick little rundown on all the injuries in play for tonight's slate. There is definitely quite a few out there, so I will be listing all the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups down in the comments throughout the day. Definitely make sure you're checking that out throughout the day and as we do get closer to lock. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off at the point guard position. We got Spencer Dinwiddie, $6,800, looking for 34 points at him. Got him projected for 35 points tonight. Should be a pretty good matchup for him as well against the Portland Trailblazers. I'll definitely be having a lot of exposure to Spencer Dinwiddie tonight, especially with no Bradley Beal once again. Then in the shooting guard, we got Ben McLemore, my boy, $4,800, looking for 24 points at him. Got him projected for about 25, 26 points tonight. We've seen him in that starting lineup playing rather well, being one of the main point scorers once again for this Portland Trailblazers team. So definitely somebody I'm interested in. Definitely somebody I'm probably going to play a lot of once again tonight. And then at small forward, we have Alec Burks. He's $5,800, looking for 29 points at him. Got him projected for 30 points tonight. And once again, Kemba Walker is out tonight. Alex Burks been playing big minutes. If he continues doing what he's been doing, he's going to pay off for this price tag. Then in power forward, we got DeAndre Hunter. He actually dropped down to $3,000, the flat minimum on the DraftKings side. You're looking for 15 points out. He seemed to get 30 last night. Got him projected for 20 tonight. Looking like one of the best values on tonight's slate overall. And then last but not least, I have Mitchell Robinson, who's put up back-to-back big games. $4,800. Looking for about 24 points out. Averaging about 23 on the season. Currently have him projected for about 25, 26 points tonight. Should be a decent little matchup for him against the Atlanta Hawks as well. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players, you'll have $24,800 remaining, just over $8,200 per player. So you can probably pay up for one stud, find a couple values to pair along with them, or take a little bit more balanced approach if that's something you'd like to do as well. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to FanDuel and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off at the point guard position. This is a familiar face because he's on the DraftKings side as well. It's Alec Burks, $5,900, looking for about 29, 30 points out. I'm currently having projected for about 30 points once again tonight. Should be out there playing big minutes. Once again, no Kemba Walker, so Alec Burks going to be looking like a decent little play tonight once again. And then at shooting guard, we got DeMar DeRozan, $8,000, looking for 40 points out. Essentially what he's averaging on the season. No Zach LaVine tonight. I currently have DeMar DeRozan projected for 42 points, but he definitely has some upside for more if he's playing well tonight. Then at small forward, we have Keldon Johnson, $5,000, looking for 25 points at him. Currently have him projected for about 26. That's about what he's averaging on the season. I don't really have any concerns with him at this point in time since he has been playing decent size minutes since his return from the COVID list as well. Then at power forward, we have Julius Randle, $8,200, looking for 41 points at him. He's averaging about 39 on the season. Currently have him projected for 42 points tonight. And he does have a decent little history against the Atlanta Hawks overall. So he's definitely going to be somebody that I'm interested on both sides tonight since he does have a reasonable price tag on both FanDuel and DraftKings as well. And then last but not least, we have Jakob Poeltl at the center position, $6,200, looking for 31 points at him, averaging almost 32 on the season. Currently have him projected for 31, 32 points tonight. Mr. Reliable, Mr. Consistent. You typically can't go wrong when you do end up playing Jakob Poeltl on most slates. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players, you have $26,700 remaining, just under $6,700 per player. So you're going to have to find some value on tonight's slate. Maybe you're able to pay up for one other guy if we do get some decent value that comes out throughout the day. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and and DraftKings for today, January 15th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's on FanDuel or DraftKings. If you want to throw a Super Draft in there as well, we can talk some Super Draft. JC Money Design and myself will be going live at 5 p.m. Central Time with our Super Draft main slate show. We'll be going over all the guys that we do have in play, some dart throws, and then building a lineup with whoever's in the comments as well. I'll leave a link down to that in the comments as well. But with that being said, if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams as we get closer to the NFL draft. Going to be covering some NFL draft prospects as well. And then with that being said, if you are new or current subscribers yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.